How are you guys doing? It's season 2 of Self Care on Mondays. I don't know if you guys remember my Self Care Monday series. I had started that series as a way of sharing tips of self care, self love, self appreciation, just some motivational tidbits to share. And I used to post it every Monday right here on my IGTV. And yeah, so it's still there if you haven't. And if you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me today. You can always go and check them out. They're on my IGTV, so there's a whole series there, and I've spoken about self-love, about the people around us. I've spoken about motivation, and yeah, I just love that series so much. And then I had a pause with it. I actually had a burnout, and I slowed down a bit on that. And yeah, and now I'm back. So I renamed it. It's no longer Self Care Mondays, it's Self Care Chats. And I'm super excited to kick off season 2 with you guys. And it's super exciting. So Self Care Mondays has turned to Self Care Chats. And this is season 2 of Self Care Chats. Yay! Alhamdulillah, I'm so happy and so excited. Of course, there's going to be a lot more. I won't be doing it alone. I will be having guests over. So it will be right here on IGTV, and it's going to be amazing. So Self Care Chats will be having guests over. We're going to talk about 2020, the impacts of the pandemic, of course, on mental health and our mental well-being, and basically how we cope, under stressful situations, how we cope with life. And I'm going to talk to all these amazing people, and I'm sure you guys are going to learn a lot. You're going to pick up a lot of gems from them. You're going to pick up a lot of inspiration from them, as do I really do look up to these ladies and gentlemen, inshallah, and just get inspired from them as well. So I'm super excited to introduce you guys to them. Yeah, so today I just wanted to come on and just give you guys a brief on what's to come, and it's gonna be super amazing. Trust me, out inshallah. I'm really hopeful it will be super amazing. So today has been a chill day. I just yeah, in my natural element, clean face, just chill day, chilling at home, and I'm super excited because I have a surprise for you guys. I am going to I will randomly just pick anyone. Okay, who wants to talk to me? Come on, let's talk. It's self-care chats. So let's talk. I mean, I want to know. I want to know what you guys do for self-care. I want to know what you guys do for self-love. I am so happy you're all here. Hi everyone. You guys are amazing. Alright, who should we pick? Who wants to talk to me about self-care, self-love? You're gonna be my first guest right here on Self-Care Chats with Farah. And I'm super excited. Come on. Mm, Alright, so who would like to go first? Um can I invite you? Let's see. Invited someone? Let's see if she comes up. Uh, all right. Who would like to come up? Nah. All right. I'm sorry if I am randomly just taking you guys out, but yeah, is she coming on? Um, hey Sumi, Maya. Uh, we're trying to have you on. I think she's coming on. Hey everyone, for all of you who just joined us and doing a random live. I just introduced Self-Care Chats with Farah. It's a season, it's a new season, season 2. And I am going to go live right now with anyone from my audience. And let's see. Okay, let's see if she would like to go on live with me right now. I I hope she does. Let me cut. All right. So yeah, self-care chats with Farah. It's season 2. We are going to talk about self-care, self-love, self-acceptance, appreciation, and I'm gonna have guests over. So it's gonna be super fun, you guys. Um, no one wants to come on live. I think I'm just catching people randomly. Maybe you're not live ready. That's okay. No worries. No worries. You can drop in your comments, your questions about self-love, anything you want me to talk about. I'll be more than willing to share some gems as well. Honey is laughing. She's definitely not and yep, she's in her PJs. Don't worry, don't worry. I totally understand. I'm sorry for catching you off guard. How are you? I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us today. So there's one self-care tip I'd love to share, which I normally use as well. There were times in this year, especially during the pandemic, when it just started, and things were really scary and a lot of uneasiness and overwhelming emotions had surrounded all of us, and me too. And I was really scared. So there was something I would always remind myself, and I do that all the time whenever I'm feeling low, whenever I'm feeling sick, whenever I'm feeling grumpy, because of course a girl has her bad days. So there's one positive thing I always think of, and I always remind myself that Alhamdulillah I had this. Alhamdulillah, I have a shelter over my head. Alhamdulillah for the comfort of my bed. Alhamdulillah for being able to walk. Alhamdulillah for being able to get up. And that really keeps me in the same zone. It really keeps me um, focused. It brings me back from that dark space and makes me realize that, okay, yes, there is a lot of gloom, there is a lot of doom around us, but there are things we can be grateful for. There are things that we have that someone does not have, and we can always appreciate them, and they should not be any reason not to appreciate what you already have. So we always have to remind ourselves that we have to appreciate these things. We have to always be grateful. So that's my self-care tip that I always keep in mind, and try to always remind myself whenever I'm having a gloomy day, a boring day. And oh, someone here is Sumi Maya. Okay, let's try again. There, let's try again. So yeah, that is my self-care tip, and I hope you guys can use it. Whenever you're feeling gloomy, always remind yourself of one positive thing that is around you, one thing you're grateful for, one thing that's a blessing to you, and it could be anything. Trust me. Just pick anything and just be grateful for that thing or even a person. All right, I
Hi.
think. Hi, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I am well. Oh, there you are. Hey.
Hi. Sorry, my internet was really bad. So when you tried to get me on, I was pressing the thing and it's like, no, there's a problem. I was like, wow.
Ah, okay. Don't worry, internet. Yeah. How are you?
Okay. What about you?
I'm well, Alhamdulillah. So I want to ask, how are you mentally? How are you feeling?
Okay, at the moment, since I started working, I'm going through just a little bit of a burnout like you.
Ah,
Uh, but I'm in that phase.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. So burnout in the sense, are you feeling completely demotivated, or is it just I'm
No,
fed
just
up?
because so what I do is sales, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
have to talk to a lot of people like every day,
Mm-hmm.
constantly
Mm-hmm.
following up, sending
Mm-hmm.
emails.
Mm-hmm.
So there are days when I just genuinely do not feel like talking to anyone. So you
Oh,
burn out in that sense.
I know that feeling.
um, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So for me, I just rest. I just sleep. That's what I do for self-care. I just sleep. It's true. Like what else? Or I read, I try to just relax,
Mm, mm.
go out, have a cup of coffee, or just talk to my mom, talk to my dad. Sometimes it refreshes my energy and stuff like that.
True,
Yeah,
true. And you know what? Sleeping is actually really good
yeah,
because, yeah, sleeping is actually really good. I had a chat with my doctor in from India, and he told me, you know, when you sleep well, you're actually rejuvenating your cells.
yeah.
So it's actually good for the body. So when
It's
I tell
very
him
good
like
for the
I
body.
don't feel like sleeping, and he's like, Fire, you have to sleep if you want your cells to work well. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And since that day, since that my mom has heard that, oh my god, she's on my case. She makes
I think,
sure I sleep.
yeah, I think I
No,
also struggle with sleep. I think everyone
yeah,
struggles. Like when you're
true.
stressed, you can't sleep. When you're thinking about too many things, you can't sleep.
Yeah, your
Um,
mind is like
you
in
know,
on an
yeah,
overdrive, right?
yeah, it just does not keep quiet.
Shut up.
I think I struggle with that most times as well.
True, true.
Yeah,
Same here, girl. Oh my God. So, sleep refreshes you. Going out for coffee, speaking to mom and dad. That's amazing. Those are amazing tips.
yeah,
Thank you so much. I'm sure everyone here would love to share. If you guys have anything to share, please let us know. Those are amazing tips, actually. As I was
yeah,
also just sharing, like appreciate something which is around you and be grateful for that. And you
yeah,
on the other hand are saying we should do something that we love. That's amazing. That's
yeah.
I feel like they're easy tips, but you try to overlook them so much.
It's
I
easier
know
said
it's
than done.
hard.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah,
Like
it's true. It's
you'll ask someone, what do you like to do? Okay, they'll tell you, I like to do this. And then I'll be like, okay, so when you feel like this, do it. And they're like, yeah, but I don't feel like, I don't know what. It's just
Yeah,
like,
oh
it's
God, that
easier
is
said
so
than
true.
done,
That is
right?
so true. It's yeah, I totally agree. It's easier said than done. It's true. Even me, when I wake up grumpy and I feel like, oh, why? It's hard for me to look around me and say Alhamdulillah for something, but I
Yeah,
feel like we should really, really force ourselves to do it. Just do
yeah,
it. And you said you
yeah,
love to
yeah,
read.
sure.
So what kind of book are you reading something?
At the moment, I'm not reading a specific book. Like I said, it's easier said than done.
Mm,
I jump from self-care book to another because I read a book. So I was reading something about happiness, and then halfway through the book, I was like, yeah, I already know all these things. Then I shut the book and shelved it again.
Girl!
I know.
Okay,
So
Nani, okay, I'm gonna confess right now as well. There are the three books. I'm done with them,
yeah,
and I'm not
exactly.
going back to them. Oh
Exactly. That
God!
happens all the time. Like halfway through the book, you're like, can you get to the point where I'm supposed to be happy? But the book is like, what I like about self-help books is they just tell you from the author's perspective, but they're not really telling you how to do you. They're just telling you how they did or what they went
Exactly.
through. So
Yeah,
it's like,
they
hey,
share
I want to be strong.
pointers. They
You
basically
should
are
do
a guidance, right? It's so true. They're basically a guidance. Like, you can through them maybe you can find out. Okay, there's a list of things. So maybe you start trying each and every one of them. There's something one or two that maybe you will find, appealing to you, to your nature, to your personality, and
Yeah,
yeah, I guess that's how it works. I mean, you just have to find your own gist, and that's what I always emphasize on self-care and self-acceptance. It's a personal journey, it really is. There's no written down formula for it. There's no, because each person is different. Like you said, there are days when you don't want to talk, and me on the other hand, there are days when I want to talk on end, you know, and I
yeah,
don't mind talking, but then there are days I don't like to speak um about myself, I want to talk about different things. So
yeah,
yeah, we are both different humans, and the way we accept ourselves, it will be very different. And and that is why self-care chats is here, because I want to bring out these different narratives, because each human has their own story and their own way of dealing and coping. And I feel like when we share our techniques, we can love so much, learn
yeah.
so much from each other. And I am really hoping to bring all this love energy, mashallah. I mean, thank you so much. Sunilaya, tell us a little bit about yourself. Someone here maybe would like to connect with you. So
You
just throw
know,
in all that you do and all that you want to do.
I've never known how to answer these questions. Even when we go for interviews,
Mm,
I've
mm-hmm.
even been taught so many times that this is how you answer this question. And I usually tell people that's such a general, like such a broad question. Maybe if you can start by asking me something specific, like what do I like to eat, or what do I like to, like the way you're like, what do you like to do for fun? Because it's so
Ah,
general,
okay.
I can just keep talking and talking and talking. Yeah.
Okay, Sunaya, what are you passionate about? What's your career path?
So right now, I'm really passionate about business development and sales. I know it sounds boring. It's not for everyone,
No, no, it's
but I
not. Trust
really,
me.
I really enjoy it. Let me tell you why. Because I feel like it's so humbling, and with my personality, there's so many things that go with it, and there's so many things that clash. So
Mm-hmm.
it also has taught me like so many things. Like it's taught me to accept rejection, because you can get rejected so many times on the phone, and I've learned not to take things personal. For
Mm-hmm.
example, if someone says no, they're not saying no to you, they're just saying no to the service and etc. But there are some people who like, they're just uh, unreasonably rude or whatever, for whatever reason, right? Maybe they're having a bad
Mm-hmm.
day or something. For those
Yeah.
people, I like some people because I can go back and show them empathy and be like, okay, so what exactly is your problem? Okay, I don't ask that, but I'm like, so how is your day? How are you feeling? Like what
Yeah,
has
yeah,
made
yeah. You ease them up.
yeah. So what I really like about it is the ability to have intelligent conversations with people, you know. So yeah, and the ability to
So
grow.
that is
It's a
your that's your the fuel to your energetic mind, just intelligent conversations. That's amazing. Wow, that
intelligent
is so amazing.
conversation. Like once in a while, just because I love to like do things like this, right? Talk to people, and then there's some weeks when I get so tired of people, I just want to like go into my own shell and just rest, you know. But
Sumaya, you
yeah,
mentioned rejection. So, how does one deal with rejection? Like, if you're rejected, let's say not even okay, maybe even on a business platform, but generally in life, when you're
generally,
rejected, how do you deal with
yeah.
it?
I think the mindset to look at is I'm not being rejected, I'm just being redirected, you know.
Wow,
So
that's
like
powerful.
if you're rejected for whatever reason, you can just stop and ask yourself, okay, what was happening? Like why was I rejected? Was it a proposal? Was it a job? Was it a friend who was like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore? What was it
Hmm.
like?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
find the cause or the root of the problem,
Uh-huh.
then find out if you had anything to do with it. Like, is it because of me? Like, what did I, what can I learn from this situation? And then,
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
make think of myself,
Hmm.
not, oh my God, what the hell? Why did this other person do this to me? You know, look for ways to look at it positively.
Hmm. Hmm. I love your perspective. You look within, like what's wrong with me, and then from there you analyze, okay, how can I make this better? Or
Yeah.
and what if you don't find any fault in yourself?
Sometimes that happens, that it's not your
Uh-huh.
fault, it's actually the other person. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
it that it's your fault if you look deeper. But when it's not your fault, you really need to just sit down and be like, this wasn't even my fault. So
Mm-hmm.
you can confront the person, talk to them, and say, listen, I just realized this is not my fault. This has nothing to do with me. And if you're done with me, fine, or whatever. But or just don't confront them at all. But you will be at peace knowing it wasn't your fault. You know what I mean? So they could have
Uh,
rejected you for their own personal reasons.
yeah, true.
So to get
I agree. I
in
agree. I also agree. It's rejection is hard. Trust me, rejection is hard, and it can even take a different toll on one. Like, you start doubting yourself, you start thinking less of yourself. And I know people who have just, totally given up because of the fear of rejection, not even having it, but just the fear of rejection has caused someone not to do something. And I find that so unfortunate, number one. And it is prevalent, it is so prevalent in our society around us.
yeah,
And personally as well, sometimes I had not applied for something because I feel like maybe it's not for
yeah,
me.
yeah,
What if they just say no, and then I'll be like, oh God. But yes, I have
yeah.
doubts. It's also self-doubt. Do you think rejection links with the self-doubt as well?
Probably because someone also says in the chat here that you won't take it personally if you know yourself,
Mm, mm,
Um, like if you really, and it's so important to know yourself well,
mm.
um, especially if you're a person who maybe is constantly out there and you find like not many people like you. It happens. Not everybody has to like you, so it will happen. Rejection
Yeah,
happens. It just happens.
yeah, it has to
You know?
happen.
Uh, so what I usually like to say is I know myself.
Uh-huh.
I know this is my problem because of this. Because I know myself. Maybe I know it is my problem because maybe I'm rude. I was rude to the person. Maybe I know
Yeah.
I'm like this, I'm like that. They could
Hmm.
have taken it the wrong way.
Hmm. Totally, totally agree. And only here is
Yeah.
yeah, she said the same. I always tell myself Allah created me perfect. Yeah. I
Yes.
tell
He did.
myself I'm not here to please everyone. That is so true.
You
Yeah, you cannot please every single person. It's so true. Thank you so much,
And have you
Sumaya,
ever heard
for
that story of it's a camel?
sorry I
Have you
lost
heard it?
you.
Oops, I
No,
think
no,
you.
I lost you there. Can you repeat?
Oh yeah, sure. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oops. I think my internet is really bad today.
It's the thing, yeah. Tell me.
Yeah. You can hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you now.
So yeah, I was saying, have you ever heard the tale, the Egyptian tale about the man with the camel?
No.
Okay. Okay, I feel like my internet is tripping again. I don't know why it's doing this to me. I love such conversations. And then deep
Go
into the
ahead.
conversation, it's like, no, I will not allow. Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Quickly tell us the
Uh,
story.
yeah. So basically, it's about this guy who had a camel. Then he was riding the camel to another town. So
Mm.
then, as he rode to the town, he heard people saying, like, look at this guy, he's making the camel suffer. Like, why can't he just walk? So then he kept riding the camel, and this time he walked into another town. So this time he didn't sit on the camel, he just walked. Then his people started talking and said, look at this guy, he's burdening his camel. Like, why can't he just sit on the camel? Like, what's the camel there for? So he's like, I can sit on the camel.
Oh,
And
I
then
get that.
town and they just keep talking about different things that he's not doing right. Because you can't please everyone.
So true. So true. So you
Yeah.
you can't please everyone. Just be the best version of yourself, right? And know deep down what you are, and know your values, and just stick to them. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
Confrontation
Sumaya,
is
for joining us
also,
today. Sorry?
yeah. I'm saying confrontation, like confronting someone about their problems, because I know I have a lot of friends who don't like to speak about what their problem is. So
Uh-huh.
when they like go MIA, I'm usually the one who's like, what's the problem? Why didn't you want
Following
to talk
up.
to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to talk to me, and sometimes it's my problem. And sometimes when it is my problem, and I know that I'm the one who did something, I'm like, shh, how am I going to talk to this person? How do I look at this person?
OMG.
Like, so it's easier said than done, either way.
True. It's so true. Yeah, I guess that's life. We learn as we go. I mean, there's no
Yeah,
set down rules and what are they called? There's a word for that. How to manuals. There are no set manuals
right.
for life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Alhamdulillah. I think it's Maghrib time as well. Can I
Yes, it
say
is.
good? Can we sign out? Give us one self
Okay.
care tip that we can share with everyone.
Uh, Self-care tip. Drink lots of water. I swear it helps a lot, especially if you're having sleep issues. Drink lots of water. That's all I can say. Yeah, it helps.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Sumaya, for joining me
Thank you.
today. On the spot, you're really amazing. You're such a spot, and I really
Thank you.
enjoyed this live. I'm sure you'll be back soon. I'm going to do a whole show
Yeah.
just with you. All right. Expect
No
to hear
worries.
from me
I'm
soon.
ready.
Awesome, awesome. That's cool. All right, everyone. That's it for today's chat. Inshallah, I'll be back tomorrow or on Monday, inshallah, until my guests are through. Yeah, I have a great lineup for
Oh,
this
the
season.
internet has skipped a beat again.
Oh, okay. There's a great lineup this season, so this is our first episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, do take care of yourselves. Bye.